Hey fellas, how's it going? I hope you're all doing fantastic and staying safe. I wanted to do a quick video on my setup for dealing with the Plague Czar. Now, I am quite aware that there is sort of a meta when it comes to the weapons and the squad members that you run, including the warframes and what abilities you want to power up for. In this video, I'm just going to show you what I use in case someone just needs something to start off with. It is not the best setup, but it is what I use. First of all, Wisp. I'm actually getting used to Wisp, and it might be my second favorite Warframe. Second to Oberon Prime, simply because it does have that regeneration ability, which is what I like mainly about Oberon Prime. Oberon Prime, you can beef up your defense and your regeneration. On top of that, you can also do that for the rest of your squad members, and that's what I like about Oberon the most. Wisp can do the same thing. It doesn't boost your defense, but it does give that regenerative, if I can speak. It can provide regen for your different squad members with her vitality mode, essentially her first ability. So this is what I have set up right now. If someone wants to also follow this setup. Now, first of all, I want to say the arcanes, I really don't have them. I don't have the proper ones. I just put something in here as placeholders. If you have a better setup for the arcanes, you could do that. It's up to you. I just wanted to have something there, but these really aren't the best ones you want to use. It's just something I had there that I wanted to fill up with. Now, I do have Corrosive Projection and Power Drift. Power Drift is mainly for the ability Strength. I am trying to bring up the Strength as much as I can. So I do have Power Drift here as my Exilus mod. And of course, bringing Corrosive to everyone is it's always good anyways. Efficiency doesn't matter much because the motes don't drain your energy. Once you use the motes, they stay out there for who knows how long. I think indefinitely until you use another mote. Until you use your mote limit, which is 6. Then beyond that, if you use another mote, the previous mote will disappear. And it's a little bit hard to explain just by words, but yeah. Efficiency doesn't matter much. So I'm giving that up for more strength. So I have a corrupted mod here, Blind Range. Next I have the Transient Fortitude, which of course also brings up my ability Strength. The duration does matter. That's why I do have continuity right here. And that's actually the only thing that's bringing up the duration. Anyways, the duration just dictates how long the motes will be applied to you once you reach that range of the motes. But it does, I do have a continuity here that brings up the duration, so it cancels out this this decrease here. Overextended, of course, I would like a better range so it can reach out more people. But I realized that the range really doesn't matter too much. As long as you can tell your squad members where your motes are, they could just swing by and pick up the motes, no problem. Here's an Intensify for more strength, Augur Secrets for more strength, a Reach again for the range. And I do have a Gladiator Finesse here simply to bring up the critical chance, but I think you can actually replace this with something else. It doesn't have to be this one in particular, but I will mess around with this one later once I get a chance. So that's my Wisp setup. This is going to be a general setup, just like my Oberon Prime, where I have one setup that I take everywhere. This is going to be my default setup for Wisp, as I get used to her slowly. So here's my Amprex. This Amprex is going to be mainly for the Hemocyte. If I were to take it to any other mission, I'll probably change it around a bit so I won't worry about corrosive too much. Though corrosive is a good stat to have on it. I really don't see much importance in it if I were to take it somewhere else. Of course, if you think that corrosive is good to have, then, you know, by all means, keep it. But this is mainly for the Hemocyte. Viral Sense for more of that critical damage. I believe you can swap this out with something else also if you like. Perhaps more of a fire rate. Or something else that can give more critical chance. Malignant Force for that toxin. Along with Effective Clip for more toxin there. And this one just gives more status chance. This one gives more fire rate, Vigilante Fervor, along with that increased chance for critical hits. Vigilante Armaments for 60% more multi-shot, assuming you have it completely maxed out. Vigilante Supplies. This is the only Exilus mod that I have that's proper, that I can actually properly use. I do have some other ones, but none of them are really good or anything that you wouldn't want to use. Perhaps, yeah, no. No, I was gonna say maybe Bio Precision, but no, that's, you probably don't want to use that. No one really cares about recoil much. So Vigilante Supply seems to be the only good one that you wouldn't want to use here. High voltage for electricity, because both toxin and electricity gives you corrosive. And of course the Amprex has a innate electricity stat. So if you were to take off this one, it will still have corrosive because Amprex is just naturally electricity. So this just gives it a bit more of a boost in the damage. Critical delay for that critical chance. Or if you want to use what was the name of the... I know I could just press in critical. It'll pull up for me. Yeah, Point Strike. If you want to put that one in, you can. I just have the critical delay for that extra bit of critical chance. Unfortunately, as of the 14th of September, you can't use both. I remember long ago you can use both, but yeah, not anymore. If the fire rate is more important to you, then yeah, I guess I would suggest using a Point Strike. But that's the one I'm using for now. I may switch it just to experiment. I think I would want that fire rate more versus that 50% more critical chance. But again, I'll experiment later on. This is just giving me more damage. This is also something I'll experiment with. And it's also something you can replace with something else if you need it. But, you know, once I take off this, that damage goes down quite a bit. So, that accuracy really never came into play when I, like, expected it. So, it's, you know, it's okay for me. I'm okay with less accuracy. I do get more damage. Now, for the other weapons, they really don't matter much. This is just something I'm trying out. The Piranha Prime. Right now, my favorite secondary weapon is the Aklex Prime, and I still play around with that from time to time, but I'm just trying out something else. And the Piranha Prime seems really, really fun. I love it. I love it so much. And this is my setup here. I'm just gonna go over each of them quickly like that, so you can see what they provide to my weapon. But I'm not gonna go in too much into detail because this is just something I'm always carrying around. It's not something that's required for the Hemocyte. In fact, this is mostly for me to deal with all the little dudes, all the other tiny infested nobodies. And as you can see here, it's not really much It's not that special. This is uh, mainly to bring out the critical chance in the Piranha Prime. Same thing for the Guandao. Guandao currently my favorite melee weapon. I also have a Riven mod on it. And again, this is mainly to bring up the critical chance on it. It does so good. I love it. Especially with where was it? The attack speed, but it wasn't that one. It was another one that brought up the speed. It brought up the speed of the weapon for every critical chance, for every crit that you hit. Let me see. I forgot what's the name of it. No, that's not it. This brought down the attack speed. Huh. I may be losing it. Oh yeah, it's this one. Berserker Fury. I'm looking at it right here. I'm a dummy. Okay. Yeah, so this, I really love this one. It just, I start swinging like mad. I become a blender, and every infested that gets close to me is, shred to pieces. And I love it. I love the Guandao. So this is my little setup in case you yourself want to copy it for the Hemosite, or if for any other purpose in which you do need corrosive and a good amount of crit with a good amount of what would you call it, fire rate. Yeah, Amprex is always good. I will be experimenting with a Soma soon. I think I just don't have it properly set up because it does have corrosive, but it's not that great. So maybe I'll try that one out, but in the meantime, when in doubt, I'll just use the Amprex with this setup. You can look at it right there. Hopefully it'll help you out and you can modify it however you want. Hopefully it would give you better results than what I have here. But other than that, this is what I wanted to share with you. I will be continuing on the farming because I do want to get that gold trophy for the clan. And we're getting closer. We did get a few people who did contribute, and we are much closer to that 3,000 goal. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful in any way, and you all stay safe.